Hi everyone. Hi. Let me just move this light a little bit out the way. So today, stay on. So today I got vaccinated, the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. I just want to talk about my experience, honestly, because I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm gonna keep it real. So I went there. I got vaccinated at Medgar Evers College, that big college in Brooklyn, New York. And it's like this white tent, this big ass white tent set up to get vaccinated. And at first I couldn't even find the place because I had typed it into my phone to find direction, but eventually I did find it. So I go inside the tent and they start asking you questions immediately. Do you have an appointment? Do you have your ID? And I said, yeah, I have my ID, I have an appointment. And then you get your temperature checked, and then they ask you for your phone number and that confirmation email, text that they send you so they can, have proof that you are actually supposed to be there. It was actually crowded there. A lot of people showed up. Lots of people are going to be vaccinated, which is great. I personally believe that New York City will be the first state that is coronavirus free. I believe that. So I went in and there was like a separate area for everybody to get vaccinated in, and the doctor who was doing it was so helpful. She made me feel calm, and then she puts the alcohol pad on my shoulder. I got vaccinated on my right shoulder. I got vaccinated, and it was the Pfizer vaccine, not Moderna. So I have to go back for the second dose on March 27th. That's what the card says. March 27th is when I have to go back. So she gave me the shot, and honestly, let me tell you what it felt like. It felt like, how you zip your coats up too fast and it gets caught in your skin? That is how it felt. It hurt. But I've had vaccines that really, really, really hurt. But this just hurt. It was just one hurt. Okay, it was just one hurt. Right now, 4 hours later, how I feel, I don't feel sick. I don't have any of the symptoms. My right arm that I got vaccinated in, it's just very, very sore. I can't really lift anything heavy. I'm not going to be lifting anything heavy because I might hurt myself. The hell with the vaccine. Lifting something heavy might just hurt myself. And I don't feel sick. I don't have a fever, a cough, a headache. I'm not short of breath. I don't have any symptoms that were read off to me when I went into the tent with the doctor. It's just the injection site is very sore. It's sore. Like, I don't know what, I got it in my right arm because I'm left-handed, so I use my left hand for everything. So I could not get it in my dominant hand, so my right arm can, take it. The last time I got vaccinated was for meningitis when I was 20 years old. That needle fucking hurt. That was a painful ass shot. That hurt like shit. But this go around, it didn't hurt. It was a small needle. You can barely see it. It's a small needle. And you don't have to be afraid. I know a lot of people believe in conspiracy theories. Oh, the vaccine is dangerous. Oh, the vaccine is poison to kill off black people. Oh, the vaccine is being, marketed by the shadow government, the Illuminati, the Freemasons. All of these are conspiracy theories, and only stupid people believe in conspiracy theories. So if you follow conspiracy theories, you are stupid, okay? Let me just say that up front. The vaccine is the only thing that can stop the pandemic. It's the only thing that can stop the pandemic. Not Jesus, not even Hecate, not Scooby-Doo, not Tinkerbell. The only thing that can stop it is the vaccine. That's the only thing that can stop this pandemic. The only thing. There's nothing else. There's no spell, ritual. You can't hex it. You can't curse it. Hikase herself told me, you have to get vaccinated. Because I don't want to catch this. You know, my life is worth millions. I don't want to catch this and become unwell or die or put on a ventilator. I already have it set out that if I'm ever put on a ventilator, take me the fuck off. I don't want to be on a breathing machine. Just let me go. That's what's actually in my will. I don't want to be in no damn ventilator. I don't want to be here no more if I have to be on a ventilator. And I know that if I catch this virus, I'm probably gonna die. Probably gonna die because I've had a virus before. The childhood virus known as chickenpox. That's another very highly contagious virus. I got the chickenpox because in the state of New York in the 1990s, when I grew up, it was not required to get vaccinated. You were not required to get vaccinated against chickenpox. Another highly contagious and disgusting, quite frankly, virus that attacks the body. The chickenpox hurts like shit. It hurts like shit. You are in physical pain for those 14 days that you have it. And I don't want to go through that. And I went today to get vaccinated, even though I hate needles. I'm not afraid of needles, but I don't like pain. I don't like pain. I was thinking about maybe I should bring my comfort blanket, but I realized I did not put it in the washing machine, so I couldn't bring a dirty ass blanket with me. How the hell is that gonna look, right? So, I just toughened it out. When I woke up I had a hard time sleeping last night. I had a hard time sleeping last night. I was so nervous about today. So nervous about today. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to do this. I don't care no more. Forget it. But I was like, you know what? Let me just go. And let me tell you something. My appointment was at 2:15. I arrived at the site at 1:30 and they still took me. They did not say, oh, your appointment is at 2:15, come back. No, they actually took me. Oh, come on, you have an appointment? Forget about the time that you have the appointment. As long as you have the appointment, of course, you have the proper identification, you can come in and get vaccinated. And plus, it's cold as shit outside. It's freezing outside. I didn't want to wait outside. So I was happy. I was like, should I go in there anyway and just see if I can sneak in and get vaccinated? And I know I said I was going to live broadcast, but they said I could not film. So that's why I went live. Then I had to close it because they said I could not film while in the site. I guess to protect other people's privacy. But I wanted to live stream, so I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I'll live stream about my experience when I get home, which is what I'm doing now. But I don't know. No, I do know. I don't know what's going to come tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I wake up tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I know I'm still going to be sore. Oh man, I know I can see that. Like, of course, you can't see where I got vaccinated at. But it was on my right shoulder. Ow! Shit hurts right here. Okay, let me stop doing that. Right here is where I got vaccinated at. See how soft I am? I can't be getting poked with a needle. Right here, where my thumb is, that's where I got vaccinated at. At least it's not swollen. And there's no redness. And I have to go back on the 27th for the booster shot. I didn't want to take the one shot, the Johnson & Johnson. I can't even say Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, I did not want to take that vaccine because one is better than two. So get 2 shots of it instead of just the one. 2 is better than 1. And plus the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, I personally feel like Johnson & Johnson just got on the bandwagon to create a vaccine. And the vaccine is only, what, 65% helpful? It might work. You might not have severe symptoms. The key word being might. It can go either way. It might help prevent it, or it might fuck you up. It can only do two things. The vaccine can either help you or fuck you up. There is no area of gray. There is no meeting in the middle. It's either one or the other. There's no in the middle of what the vaccine is going to do to you. It's one or the other. So that was my experience getting vaccinated. It hurts. So I can't lift anything heavy. And I'm not going to even attempt to do so. I end up hurting myself for real. Like actually hurting some type of muscle in my body. I don't want that. I don't like pain. I don't tolerate pain very well. So I wanted to come on and share my experience with getting vaccinated. Give you all a real account of what happens when you go get vaccinated. I feel fine. I feel fine. I don't have any of the side effects that they were talking to me about. I don't have any of the side effects. But tomorrow is another day, so you don't want to, get all happy about not having side effects when it hasn't been 24 hours. I got vaccinated at 1:30. And then after you get vaccinated, you have to wait 15 minutes before you can leave, just to make sure that you don't have a bad reaction or just simply die. So I waited 15 minutes. I did not have a reaction. I didn't die. So, I came back home. There's a lot of people there. There's a whole lot of people there. So that's good that New Yorkers are getting vaccinated. We're getting needles in arms, because vaccination is the only way to stop this pandemic. There is nothing else out there. You can't chew on a piece of garlic. Your grandmother's recipes are not going to help you or prevent you from catching it. That's not true. It's false. Your grandmother's recipes to prevent COVID-19 does nothing. It does nothing. It will never do anything. Now, with all vaccines, there's always a possibility of it not working and you contracting the virus anyway and becoming deathly ill or simply dying. There's always a possibility. But it's a risk that is worth taking. It's a risk that is worth taking. Now that I have gotten the first dose, guess what? I still have to wear a mask, a clean mask. Don't wear a dirty ass mask. I still have to wear a mask, clean mask that covers my nose and my mouth. I still have to socially distance from people. Nothing changes. What they said about this vaccine is, even though you are vaccinated, it's to protect you. You can have the virus already in you, no matter how small the amount, and still pass it on to somebody else who may get infected and may not survive it. That's keyword. You can still spread the virus even though you yourself has been vaccinated. We're trying to get to what is known as herd immunity. That means the virus has run its course and the chances of it exploding again, where we have, like we did in March or April here in New York City, where we had 799 people die of coronavirus in one day. It reduces it. So I encourage people to get vaccinated. I encourage people to trust the science, trust the doctors. And I know some people who are witches say, how can you take that vaccine if it's not natural? Some of you witches eat hot dogs. Some of you witches eat pussy. Some of you witches suck dick. And that's not natural either. You don't know what's inside that pussy. You don't know what's inside of that dick. So you might as well take your chances and take the vaccine too. And honestly, it's really none of your business. It's not. Go find some business of your own. You're not being forced to take the vaccine. If you don't want to take the vaccine, that's your business. That's not my business. That's yours. And honestly, quite frankly, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I can't care. I trust the doctors and I trust the scientists. And any deity, let me tell you something else. Any deity, God, or goddess that you work alongside with would also tell you to get the vaccine. Unless you have a medical reason why you can't get vaccinated, then of course that deity, that's God, that goddess will also tell you you can't get vaccinated. Listen to the deities that you work alongside. Because I'm telling you, this morning, I was really, really nervous. My stomach was doing flip-flops. Because like I said, I don't like pain. I have low tolerance for pain. But I still went in and got my first dose of the Pfizer vaccine. And I plan on going back later on this month, on the 27th, back to the college, back to Mega Everest College here in Brooklyn, New York, to get the second vaccine, because I believe in science and doctors, and I don't let the fact that I'm a witch say, oh, it's not natural. There's a lot of things that witches work with that is not natural, but it's worked with anyway. It's worked with anyway. And like I said, it comes down to personal preference. It comes down to that person's own business. And since somebody else getting vaccinated does not affect you, you need to mind your business. Or find some business to mind. You're my business. Don't do that. So this was my experience with getting vaccinated, told from a real life witch. I'm gonna leave this up for the replay for anybody who is thinking about getting vaccinated, any witch that is thinking about getting vaccinated, and now have a real witch like myself telling you what my experience was, the real, unsugar-coated, unfiltered, and they can make the decision of their own. So thank you guys, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye everyone.